Hey, what's up? This is Michael Galvez. I wanted to talk about social media and its implications on students, on undergraduate students, high school students, college students. I said that already. Medical students. It's different now. Before, when you were in college or when you were in high school, when you thought about something, hey, maybe I want to be an architect, you would go to an architect firm, and maybe meet with some of them and shadow them and maybe have some type of preceptorship. Now it's a little bit more passive, and and the reason for it, it's good and it's bad, but it's good because social media allows you to just search for somebody, search for a plastic surgeon, for example, and be able to see what they do, what type of surgeries they do, what type of patients they see. And that's going to be skewed, for example, because that's mostly going to be cosmetic surgeons. And you're not going to see as many reconstructive surgeons or hand surgeons like myself. And the difference now is it's much more passive. You're on your phone, you're flipping through things, you're seeing maybe I like this, maybe I'll watch a YouTube video. And the reality is you have to be more active and you have to be much more assertive to really figure out where you fit in this world. And so what I recommend is social media is a great initial look at something, but you have to go out and you have to be assertive and you have to meet people in person. And I mean, like if you can't find a shadowing opportunity, you have to knock on someone's door, shake your hand, have a CV, wear a suit, say hello, my name is so-and-so, I'm interested in shadowing you, I'm interested in following you. And if you're that assertive, and you don't want to be too aggressive, but if you're that upfront about what you want, you'll find opportunities no matter where you are. You can be in the middle of nowhere, you can be in a big city. You can quickly find excuses to not find somebody that you want to be like, but I challenge you, especially with the New Year's and with the holidays, to within the new year to find someone that is real and not on social media. And so that's my first point, was that aspect of social media and how it affects how people think nowadays, in finding someone that's real and finding someone that can be their mentor. Typically with shadowing, you follow somebody and over time, hopefully they can become a mentor. And a mentor is somebody who is there for you, who answers questions, who will help you through a process, who can guide you based on their experiences. And the other part I wanted to talk about is something that's also important, is that social media and the internet nowadays is you can find a lot of advice from people. And, I provide advice and it's based on my experiences and what I've done, and other people will provide their advice. But there's a difference in this type of advice. And so you really want to make sure that whoever's providing you advice, that they're qualified and that they have their facts in order and that they're being honest in what they can provide. And so there are courses that you can find online, and there's a wide variety of them. And so you really have to find which one, by talking through other students, which one you think is the better fit for your personality, which one is going to really have your best interest. And the reality is a course is something that you have to take on yourself and you have to complete. And it's important. And I frequently recommend taking courses, whether it's for MCAT or for learning how to study, and there's ways that can really help you, but just really make sure that you have vetted it, that you have asked people, that you've looked online, and that you're not just clicking from one Instagram profile to another and saying like, oh, this looks kind of good, maybe I'll just go with this, it's cheap. Cheap doesn't mean good. It has to be someone who is really qualified on teaching you that subject matter. Now, the other important thing about social media and these courses are that you have to, some of this stuff is, and I've just come across it recently, is it's incredibly expensive. I mean, it was expensive before when you would only have, three choices: Kaplan, Princeton Review, maybe Barron's at the time, and Exam Crackers. Like, there was these specific courses that you could potentially take. Now there's so many more because of social media, essentially. There's a lot of choices, and there's too many choices now. And so really, really be careful with that. And especially with the charges. I mean, I've come across this incredible amount of that people are charging people. I mean, it's a service, and it makes sense that if you don't have any guidance, that maybe it'll help you, but that'll quickly add up. And so what's better than that is what I was talking about before, is don't just go online and find the easiest convenient thing, right? Like, oh, here is like an Amazon of a service. Like, oh, if I click through this, I'm going to have my personal statement, my activities, my MCAT, I'm going to have all this stuff in order. That's not good enough. Like, you have to find a mentor, right? I started that from the beginning, talking about that initially. Like, you have to find a real life person that wants to help you out of the goodness of their heart. And so I challenge you to do that. There's nothing more important in medicine and in a lot of fields, in healthcare fields and other fields, in any kind of field, than having somebody that is interested in seeing you succeed and do well, and helping you decide each step of the way, and guide you about what is going to help you, what's going to hurt you, what your next step should be, when you should take a step back, figuring out your socioeconomic background, like, because that's important, right? Whether you can pay for things or whether you should take out loans. And so paying somebody money to tell you all this stuff, that's going to help you here and there. And I'm sure there's comprehensive things where you're essentially paying for a mentor, and that is very sad. So what I really recommend is be assertive, find somebody that you want to be like, have them take you under their wing, out of the goodness of your heart, and learn from them. And if it's not a good fit, find somebody else. And so those are the things that I wanted to touch base about social media and the student right now. And so if you have any questions, just send me a message through Instagram. And you know where you can find me. All right. Have a great New Year's, everyone.